Okay, dear children, here's another video for all of you, right? The topic for today is Introduction to Bluej and Introduction to Java and Bluej, right? So Bluej we have already discussed in the class. Java and Bluej we have already discussed in the last Zoom class. Introduction to Java, right? So what is Java, right? Who developed it, right? Uh, what type of programming language is it, right? This is already discussed in the last Zoom class. So Java is an object-oriented programming language developed in January 1996 by the team of Sun Microsystem headed by James Gosling. So later on in 2010 it was acquired by Oracle, right? So introduction to Bluej and its feature, right? Java and Bluej it's same. There's a little bit of difference, and that difference is the Bluej is made a little bit user friendly. It is basically for the beginners, right? So under that we have different features of Bluej, right? So what is an object, right? What is a class, right? So how do we declare a class? And within the class we declare an objects, right? There can be many objects within a class. I've given you example with the vehicle, right? So vehicle, if a class is a vehicle, under this class vehicle there are different objects, like there are different vehicles: car, bike, bus, truck. There are different types of vehicles, and all these vehicles can be considered as object under the class vehicle. So after that we have learned abstraction, right? That is one of the features of object oriented programming language. All right, how does it work? All right, under abstraction the essential features of the system to the users are only provided, and rest the complexities are all hidden. All right, in the same way encapsulation, it binds both data and functions together. We have learned that. Inheritance, all right, so inheritance, I've given you example of inheritance also, right? An object in one class acquires the property and behavior of object of another class. We have discussed that also, right? And then after that we have discussed polymorphism, all right? Many forms, right? Polymorphism means many forms, right? So that means it helps the programmer to use the same function name for more than one purpose. So same function name can be used for more than one purpose. So starting Bluej also, I have shown you last time in the video by sharing the screen, all right? How to create a Java program. I've shown you that also. So now here I'm starting a Bluej, all right? Here I have already typed some programs, all right? The examples from the book, all right? Just to show you how it is done. And there is one program, extra program, which I have done. I'll explain you that. Which type of program is that? I'll explain you, all right? So we'll see the first program, all right? Page number, come to page number 62, example number 1. So page number 62, example number 1, write a program to print your name 4 times in the same line, right? So here that same program is over here to print the name 4 times in the same line. So here I've already done this. I'm opening this one, all right? So you can see the program here, all of you, right? Public class, the class name is name. So you all will start from here, new class, and then you'll give the name, class name as name. This icon will appear over here. Double click, all right? After double clicking, you will clear all the codings which are already over there. You'll press Control A from the keyboard, select all and press delete key to remove all those preloaded programs. Then you will type your own program over there. So public class, so the class name is name. Public static void main string args, all right? I have explained you what are this public, what is, you know, static, what is void, what is main, all right? So this is also, you know, called the method, right? We are calling the method over here public static void main string args. Function of string args also I have explained you last time. So here if you see this one, system.out.print, you can see within the bracket and within inverted commas, and you have a plus sign, plus operator in between. This will separate the characters. But here right now, if we compile this one, okay, this is already compiled. I've done that also, right? Compiled, no syntax error, no syntax errors, all right? We'll minimize this one, right click, click the second option, void main string args, this main method, click over here, simply click OK. Do not touch anything else, simply click OK. So here you can see Ankush, 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 Ankush. So it's displayed over here 5 times. The program, okay, there's no problem with that. It can be 4 times, 5 times, whatever number of times, right? It depends. All right, now here you can see there is no gap over here, but if you see in the book there's a gap. So in order to create a gap, what we will do is, okay, let's clear this one. As I've already told you, always clear the previous output, right? We'll make changes in the coding. Here you can give a gap after inverted comma, double quotation mark, you can give a gap here. All right, the program was to print it 4 times, we have done it 5 times, no problem. All right, so after doing this, make sure you save the program, class save, or Control S from the keyboard. Compile the program again, class compiled, no syntax errors, right? Minimize this one, right click, second option, click the main method, click here, click OK. You can see the gap is created now. So this is how we create a space or a gap in between the characters. This can be done in this way, right? So let's clear this one. We'll move on to another program. Another program is in page number, same page 62, example number 2, that is biodata for students. So I have typed that. All right, you all can also do it. It's very simple. I have already compiled it. I'll just show you the output, the way it appears. Name is Vishal, class is 8A, roll number is 1. So if you see the program, let's come to the program now. Let's come to the program. You can see public class biodata. So while you are naming the class right at the beginning, name it properly, and the same name should be given over here also. Here also there should be any difference. Characters, everything has to be same. Public static void means main method is declared over here. System.out.println, ln will print the outputs in different lines. So first name is Vishal will be printed in one line. Because of ln, the line will be terminated, and then the another one, that is system.out.println will be again this will be printed in another separate line. So in this way, if you use ln, means outputs will be printed in separate lines. If you don't give ln, all will be printed in the same line. Name is Vishal, class is 8, roll number is 1. It will be printed in the same line, right? So this is the second program. Now we move on to the third program. Let's see example number 3, page number 66. Program to find the simple interest where the principal, interest and time are given. So we will write a program over here to find the simple interest where principal, rate and time is given. So let's double click this one and see the coding. You all can see over here public class SI. I have given the name SI. In the book it is interest, so you can give interest also, but then SI will be the proper name because we are finding the simple interest. So public static void main string args, main method is declared. Int p, int is a data type. We have already discussed this data type also. All right, variables, constants, we have already declared. We have already discussed that. So int is a data type. It will accept the numbers without decimal points. It'll store the values without decimal number, that is point. So int p, principal is 6000. You can see 6000 is without decimal point, without the point. So p is a variable. So 6000 is stored in p. P variable is for principal. Put comma. For all these variables, we are using the same data type, that is int. So there is no need to type the data type again and again. Right? So put comma r. R is rate. Rate is 10%. We have given 10. T. T is another third variable, that is time. Time is 2 years. Right? Now we have declared another data type. Another data type is float. Float data type will return the value in point. Right? Either it will accept the value or return the value in point. So simple interest, we want it to appear in points. We want the result in points. So we have declared the float data type, right? SI is again variable which we have declared, right? Another variable same SI is declared over here. Now we have entered the formula for simple interest, that is P into R into T divided by 100. So it is within the bracket P into R into T. First it will be calculated. You all know the BODMAS rule, all right? Principal rate and time will be multiplied and then it will be divided by 100. So we have used two brackets over here. Please do not forget the semicolons over here, right? We have already discussed, right? Semicolons are very important, all right? We call it tokens, right? After that, system.out.println, the simple interest is SI, all right, plus SI, plus operator is given. This SI is actually this one. Whatever you have declared over here, you have to specify the same thing here also with the plus sign. If you don't do that, the value which is stored in SI will not be printed. So whatever is stored over here, we are asking the system to print that particular one by specifying it over here. Now after this, compile the program, right? I have already compiled. The brackets are closed. You can see two curly brackets are open, right? Two curly brackets are closed. Minimize this one. Let's see the output. The simple interest is 1200.0. It is because of the float data type. 0.0 is also there. So 0.0 is also printed. It is because of the float data type. Now, after this, we'll move on to another program. This one is in page number 67. Please refer to the book page number 67. You can do that. All right. Accepting arguments through main method. Accepting arguments, I'll tell you in a short form. This will accept the inputs. Like for example, in this program, over here, we have already given the inputs. We have already specified the input. Principal is how much? 6,000. Rate is how much? 10. Time is how much? 2 years. We have already done that. But instead of doing this, we can enter it later on also after the program is compiled. So we call it accepting arguments through main method. So for that, we'll have to type a different program. All right, here it is. SIARG. I have written SIARG. That means simple interest by accepting the argument, right? Here, if you see in this main method, instead of string args, here what I have done is I have declared the variables, data type and variables. So here if you see int p, principal, int r, rate, int t, time. I have not mentioned any values for this one. I have not declared the values. Instead of string args, I have typed directly declared the variables over here. Now, what will this do is this will accept the input from the user after we compile the program. So I have given float si. Float si again, as I have told you, float will store the data in points and it will return the values in points. Float si again, I have given the same formula. There's not much difference over here, right? The only difference is over here in this one. After that, system.out.println, the simple interest is the same thing over here, that same variable I have typed over here with the plus sign. Now let's compile this program. Program is already compiled, no syntax error. Minimize this one. Here you'll have to do it in a little bit different way. Here, second one, main method. Now here you cannot directly click OK and get the output. So here the computer will ask you to input the three variables, value for three variables which we have declared, that is principal, rate and time. The first one is int p. So let's enter 6,000, the one which is there in the book. For the second one, let's enter 10. The rate is 10 and time is 2 years. Let's enter this one and click OK. Moment we do this, the simple interest is 1200.0. So if you don't enter the values or if you don't give the input, the computer will not display the output. So this is called accepting arguments through main method. It is a bit different from the first one. So in the first one, we had already declared the input. We have already given the value. All right. And here in the second one, we gave the value after the program was compiled or after the program is compiled. So these are two different ways to do a program, right? So that is it for today. I'll see you in the next Zoom class. Thank you all.